Dallas rapper industry. Let me tell you, people say I'm a rat, and I'm not a rat. Now, I want to tell you something because when people get away with a lot of lies, they get away with a lot of lies, and people act like they can just get away with a lot of stuff and not have the consequences for it, and not be responsible for everything they do. And me just being the way that I am right now and be able to move the way I want to move and be able to get I'm trying to get and not be listened to and be able to do music in a type of way that I want to do music with. That is the most better thing with that situation. But the line and the jealous and the line when Soldier Boy came down here, you and Twist and y'all lied, you was being watched. You know, you know, nigga can't wrap me up because I got more to offer than you think. But people want to lie. Let me tell you, people going to call you a rat because they jealous and they want to get away with their lies. And they want somebody else to be a victim while they win. And I don't think it should be like that, man. They're going to say you work for somebody, and I think that's where the lies are because they want to win. They too busy trying to win. And me knowing about the business and knowing about my knowledge, that those things don't question me at the end of the day when I'm dealing with people and dealing with other people in that format. Those things don't question me. But me being able to push things forward, that's the most important thing in everything. I don't allow people to I don't allow people to sit up there and say I'm a liar when I picked up a book and y'all don't want me to win. I don't allow for none of that to happen. The angels being called, I just and they put me in a tough situation about carrying this on. And I gave you enough time. When you giving people enough time, and you give the Justice Department, I'm telling them, I'm giving them enough time. I'm not going to give you and your DEA enough time for your community, your rap community, and your line community to do damage. And I'm going to tell them that to tell it. I'm not going to give you all that time, and I gave you time. You putting people's life in danger because of your selfish, racist ass community behavior. And what's going on here, that is not fair. And I told the Justice Department that. And I'm going to call the Justice Department assistant. You're putting people's life in danger because of y'all selfish behavior and y'all lying behavior. I'm watching everything. But remember this, I know this industry. I pick up a book. Don't call nobody a rat and the nigga know the books of the business. Knowledge is power steady than this. Listen, I picked up 30 books, 40 books since 2019, since I was in Carrollton, Texas. 60, 70 books. I had books in Novel. I done read a lot of books. I done picked up 40, 50 books. I done picked up books when I was in Dallas County. And I in 2019. And I done read and studied and did all of these things. The main talent. I know every industry. So when Mick Mills said something, I sued the industry. When he talked about, so nobody, let me tell you something. We know about this situation. We know about it. And you sitting up there with Boosie and them. I ain't with all of that stuff. But if y'all can't understand my fight, y'all don't deserve it. Nobody can ruin me. You can't ruin God. You can't ruin something that God, and we're gonna talk about that. Because the state of Texas and the Dallas community think they can ruin something. You can't ruin God's children and everything that we stand for. If you think you're trying to ruin the state of Texas and industry and y'all Dallas rappers and all the rest of y'all, God said you can't ruin somebody that's for God and for America. You can't do that. You can't ruin American principles. When we are doing everything by book, I didn't read 80 books so far. When I was in Carrollton in Dallas County, sitting in that cell by myself, doing things, maintaining Carrollton Library, even when I was at home, hotels. Y'all the one that want to be controlled and manipulated. Y'all the one that want to listen. You women is unique. Y'all the one. But the Texas think they're gonna no. God said you can't ruin God. You can't ruin God in that American flag. What I'm gonna tell that Justice Department. You can't ruin God. Your community, Yellow Breeze, and them, and all of y'all think y'all gonna ruin me. You can't ruin God. You can't ruin that American flag. You can't break that. You can't break something that's for truth, honesty. Soldier Boy knew what was going on. They ain't done by long shit. Y'all want them to come down here and make it all about y'all, right? While racist shots been throwing that many character police and the Dallas police sit up there with their cars while words was being said in that car. Spanish people. Let's talk about those things. I am a child of God and my family. We are loved. We are born on America, so my son is born. My mom is born. We ain't worried about all of that. But I'm going to get the state of Texas and the Justice Department for letting this go on long enough. Letting this buffooning going on with Soldier Boy and the rest of them. And I'm going to get them for letting this go on. Yellow Breezy ain't done by a long shot because Kevin Gates been communicating to you ain't done by a long shot. But y'all wanted to be racist. But you know what's the problem? The point of views. There's so much manipulation going on in the industry and the street, the point of views. It's the problem here. You don't know, people don't know why my money going up. You don't know damn why. And I'm gonna tell you, well, when I figured out in Atlanta, I'm in Texas. Like I told my mama, I'm in Texas right now. I'm in Texas, and I got somebody working on my case in Atlanta from the call center. That means I got people in different states working on my case. When a call center misbehaved, you don't know why I'm getting me. You hear me? Don't spread your lies in this community and everybody else spread their lies in this community. You don't know why for what the call center has done. So when I found somebody that's working on, I'm in the state of Texas, and I don't just have a case worker here. When I called the Atlanta system, I have a case worker in Atlanta and a case worker all over that's working on the call center situation. How can I understand them when they turned in and made fun in Atlanta and did what they did? So let me tell you, I'm giving them time. But too much of things has happened in this format. This was taken too far. You know what words that was said out there in that Carrollton, Texas. You know exactly what words that was said coming out y'all car in that McDonald's. But they was already watching. I had nothing to do with that. Trump exposed y'all for what y'all is. Y'all want to be racist towards somebody, you black people and the rest of y'all. Let's expose those. I have nothing to do with that. Pay attention to the past events. No, but y'all, you know those words that was said out there. And the character police in the Dallas just sit up there with their windows rolled. Okay, I'm going to get you. While racist words being said about black and Spanish community, no, God said, I don't got a problem with that. But these was words, and I hate that we divided by country. Because everybody go, we ain't do nothing to you, and they live in different counties. And that's the problem. That's where the confusion come at in society. I'm on YouTube right now. We ain't worried about them. Hey guys, I'm worried about y'all listening to me. But we ain't worried about all of those things and all of those things. So you don't even know I work. Boost is sitting up that line because I don't work for him. I work for DJ Khaled and Lil Baby. We gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk right now. And work for Drake now. He mad because I haven't got paid yet. But I have to stay straight because it's still people that trying to steal. In this industry. Liars, man. T.I. said, don't take it like God is not meant for me. When you throw racist shots at God's children, it's meant for us to fight back. And when racism is being thrown in the community. My lawyer don't want to respond. Okay, we're going to make that at the Justice Department of Civil Rights. I told her what I want. She don't want to listen. The state attorney, they want to have their attitude with Judge Kennedy and the rest of the judge. You don't want to listen? Do you want to listen to your line mayor? I'm sorry, Hubert, if I'm talking too loud. Yes. That game's still pop over there. Don't get frustrated. But that's not my fault. That's not my problem. But I came up with an idea. Don't say a little bit jealousy taking over. They don't got nothing to do with me. I was just telling my oldest brother, he's sitting up there with one of our friends. It was sitting in Dallas County. He said something. I didn't believe it anyway. But he grew up in Carrollton, Texas. And before I left out that tape, we grew up in Carrollton, Texas. And he said, your brother and I was telling him, like, hold up. Like, I want our friends that we grew up in. He's my oldest brother here. We grew up in Carrollton, Texas. And we grew up in Carrollton, Texas. And I was just telling my brother, we saw somebody that was from Carrollton, Texas. I went to our friends. I had one, but I'm not gonna say it now. Come on, Hugh. I was just telling my brother. If I called my brother in here when we had strippers and people came to the house, you know what I'm saying? And black strippers and people in Carrollton, Texas came to my house when I had my own apartment and things. You know what I'm saying? And doing all of these things and the rest of them and people from there, that's not nothing. He's oldest brother. But let me tell you something. You're wrong. Download the Dollar. And they're making me have to deal with this lying ass behavior. One thing I was not about to do, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I was not about to do when I was in Dallas County, argue who had what hoes and all the rest of that. I'm not about to argue with you niggas in Dallas County jail who have the most hoes, who don't have no hoes. I don't have to prove shit to you niggas. I'm not out to argue with you nothing. And them hoes that you mess with, I don't want to mess with them. Because I don't want them all in my business telling them things. Then I don't want to mess with none of them. I don't want them in my damn shoulder. Nigga already told me I was on Team Marvel and everybody else, Queen Latifah, everybody, different churches already told me he was going to team up. They already told me what y'all was doing, and Marvel and everybody interested me in film production. And Governor Abbott pushing this to the point where he knows about the buffooning, and he knows that y'all think it's all about y'all. I don't have to deal with this. You think hip hop? You think I'm worried about hip hop? But when the DEA pushed this and they being stupid. Okay. What I was gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you what you want. The state of Texas, and I'm gonna tell them that, and I'm gonna tell them what I think about that. Yeah. What happened to the phone? What happened to the remote? I don't know. It started acting up again. Yeah. I don't know. It's acting up again. Hold on. Let me see. It's not working. Did it get water in the remote? Yeah. Where it got water? When it got water in the remote? What is the timer? How long you can turn it on? You have to turn back on. I need a water for you. There you go. Oh, you too. Yeah. Learn how to put that back in you. Learn how to control your emotions and the things that you do. Oh, cool. Hold up. Go back to that screen for me. Cause that guy that plays on Marvel, he got a new shout out to him because he throws the punchline. I'm being different racial profile. You know, I don't look at it in a bad way like when him throwing the punchline. Everybody's so caught up with names, and I see me just getting along with him and building that rate that plays on the side of Captain America. I can make my acting dream come true, and I just gotta stay humble to him because he's the way in the door. And people are caught on a lot of stupid stuff, and they so caught up with names and not caught up with punchlines. So, and that's the problem here when he throws the punchline that plays on the side of Captain America, that plays on the punchline at me. And I see if I stay humble towards him and just be humble, and Denzel Washington throws the punchline, and I stay humble towards them, I can follow my movie career. He also throws the punchline, and I see them just being humble towards them. That can be not just in the music. Music cannot have me, and movie production can have me. And I'm really just gotta nurture that bond with everybody in the acting business, and you know, me just nurturing and that bond with everybody. That's gonna be real, the important key of when it's gonna come for me to be successful and be able to interact with other actors and interact with people on the set. I'm really looking forward to this new direction. But Dallas is giving me a whole lot. And they already know what's going on. So I'm looking forward to this, and people tell you not gonna leave. No, I had to deal with church in the city. You think I'm worried about church in the city? Worried about Ron Sam? What he said? His words do not hurt me, guys. Because my seed has already been planted, my career already been where is that? You know, it's already been where is that? So I just gotta nurture that bond between everybody on acting, even though Dallas trying to make it more confusion for me. And I'm about to tell the Justice Department, tell the state of Texas here, you can't ruin God. You can't ruin me because you can't ruin God. That's to somebody that believes in God. You can't ruin America. You can't do that. No matter how long it takes, you can't ruin him. No matter what position that he's in, no matter what the situation that he's in, you can't ruin him. And we're going to tell the Justice Department this is for the state of Texas hip hop. You can't ruin me. You know, I'm going to tell you something. My old friends want to know why I'm always winning. You know why I'm always winning? Because I stand for something that's greater. And I don't turn my head and ignore situations. I want to tell Mirza and Carrollton and them in Carrollton, Texas, I don't turn my head. I don't take sides of racism and jealousy, friends. I win because I stand for something greater. I keep winning because I stand for God and I stand for hope and I stand for that flag and I will never break. Even when I'm in my toughest situations, when you think I have lost. When I was sitting outside in that Garland, when y'all was doing what y'all doing in Garland, Texas, the middle of the night at that church house, when y'all was passing in y'all cars, intimidating dude, you know what I thought? This ain't over. And I sat out there by myself and Nikki did what they did. This ain't over. I thought this ain't over. 12 o'clock Monday night in that community in Garland, had nowhere to go. And I'm sitting out there on the streets, 1 o'clock at night. And I said to myself, God, when y'all was passing by in y'all cars in Garland, Texas, 12 o'clock at 1 in the night, intimidating me, looking at me. You know what I said? I said, God said, this ain't over. We ain't fell off. We ain't fell out all of our. I was talking to God right by that church. We didn't fell off. I was going to church on Sunday. While I was not on the streets, I was doing all of that. We didn't Garland. I didn't fell off. And I said that I didn't fell off. When at 12 o'clock at 1 o'clock at night, when y'all was buffooning in Garland community at night with those cars, God said, let's talk about it. I told God right there, man, God, when I sat at that church by that cemetery that night, I said, God was telling me we didn't fell off. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning of what's going on. Only the beginning. You think it's over, but it's nowhere near over. Only the beginning. And I'm going to tell them, when I sat outside that Garland, 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at that church, and y'all intimidating and terrorizing in cars, I said, God said to myself, and I talked to God about that church, by that cemetery over there in Garland or Wharton, about a Walmart. And I said to myself, this ain't over. I was talking to God sitting right by that bench. And I'm going to tell the Justice Department how I feel. This ain't over. When I was sitting 12 or 1 o'clock by that church in Garland, Texas, I said to myself, God, when I look at that thing and I looked at that cross and I looked at it and I prayed to God when I was outside by myself. And I prayed to God and I said, God, this ain't over. Help me get through this situation and make it through. And we're going to have blessings together. We're going to do amazing things together because we know the community have wronged us. With Trap Boy fretting them. And I said at that moment in Garland, Texas, I said that 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, nowhere to go. And I said at that moment, we ain't over, we ain't done, we ain't on the street, this ain't over. I sat up there and I passed that cemetery and I saw everybody. I looked at all the families, the people that is in. I'm saying, God. When I looked at, I thought of God and I thought of the heavens. When I sit by that cemetery in Garland, and I sit by that cemetery, and the crosses was by that cemetery, and I said, God, there's a better way. This ain't over. We ain't letting the enemy of lies defeat us. And I'm telling the Justice Department, we are not letting the enemy of lies, God, when that American flag want to let American lies defeat us. People with lies. One thing, you don't think I had a little, let me tell you something, but I know how to control those things. My spirit is half pure and understand and know what it means. This rapper with Boosie, know what it means. But you're doubting yourself when you need to have control and balance. You think I complain about when food run out, I'm on a little bit on something? You think I could? We got to make it do it, call a family up or something. You think I'm really complaining about those things? You think I need to go out there and rob people and do this for free? That's not the case. And I know some people don't got family. That's disappointing. Don't be scared to go to a Metro Care and go to a food pantry and ask for something and cook those things up. Because you got to know how to maintain first. Do anything. If you at a hotel and you think about you doing anything, all right, we're gonna go to Metro Cash, and we're gonna go to a food pantry where they get food at. We're just gonna cook up something. We're just gonna cook it up. We're gonna have to eat what we do until we balance it out. One of the actors that played in the movie Atlanta, he was in New York. He stayed in the Bronx. And there's one actor that combed her hair. She's a great actor. And he played in the movie with Aaliyah, and he's a great actor. The Bodyguard with Jet Li, but he wanted to be a musician, and he wanted to be a musician. His daughter, he was always out, and the lights go out in the apartment and things and go out, and this was one of them, and they always getting in the fights in the community. And this movie was so great, guys. And that phone apartment, it was so great. It was so great. But we have to understand the meaning of those things. One thing, I'm going to tell you something. When Dallas County, I was arguing with this person talking about a DA. The DA didn't offer me nothing. I'm not going to lie on them like that. I'm not going to lie on them. But the IPS worker said, you want a car house? I said, hold up, then you confusing me, then your worker confusing me. And I'm saying, hold up. That is, I can have all of my, don't do that, man. The IPS worker, I'm not going to lie on the DA like that. It's the slick stuff, the way they did it. Then I'm arguing with one IPS worker from Judge Kennedy, and she trying to talk about what they didn't say to me. I know I'm going to have to get a place to live in, but you didn't have to, when I'm asking for these things because I know about the industry, you didn't have to do that to me, though. It's the trickery that came with it. It's the trickery that, and I'm arguing with a person in Dallas County. Yeah, you gotta use the bathroom? I'm arguing with a person in Dallas County about, they ain't offering. No, they ain't offering me. If you're listening, he was so busy trying to make his dreams come true. And I'm like, listen, everybody's story ain't listening. If you want us to connect and open, and that can be the biggest threat in the jailhouse where people don't want to hear other people out. Oh, come on. And we have to reason. Yeah. We have to reason with each other. We have to fight when other people want their own, and other people trying to make their dreams come true. And Dallas County. Everybody else trying to put your hand over your mouth. Everybody else trying to make their dream come true. And that's to be the hardest one when you sit in the Dallas County and you got and you got what that is, and you got what that is, and you got other people who are doing work and jealousy at paint work and stuff, and that can be the hardest thing when you're trying to connect with people and people want to call you out your name and they get aggressive with it. It's being around the aggressive mindset with it. And I'm like, damn, I can't even have a conversation. Everybody telling you hating on Yellow Breeze. And hold up. Y'all don't even know what's going on. There's so many stories that y'all don't know what's going on. I can't even get my point across. I say, hold up. We're going to put a stop to this right now in that Dallas jailhouse because I'm not out to put up with it. I'm not out to put up with it. I'm not, if you want to say I'm hating, no, I got what I need. What I need to hate on somebody for. And that's what was going on. But I'm going to get the state of Texas for not, I'm going to sue the state of Texas again on one count of not correcting Yellow Breezy, not telling him about his lies and holding information and not doing the things that needed to be done about this situation. While he was locked up. And I had to file a civil suit on Joe Biden for not addressing, not communicating with them about it. About how in the situation with Yellow Breezy now. Let me tell you what I do know. People probably heard about me in Dallas, but they had racist communication. Racism communication where they just want to make you all fight for something, but you don't want to do it the right way. Stop focusing on Yellow Breezy. That's your problem. You focus on him too much. You depend on him to make your dreams come true, and you need to cut him out of it. Stop thinking him of your universe. And that's the main conversation why you ain't successful, but you're willing to conniving and do dirty stuff just to be successful. And it don't have to be like that. Just don't talk about him. Just don't listen to his music. That's the part about where you need to just don't hate him. Just don't listen to his music. The way you need to be successful, focus on you and your friends and whoever want to be some. Don't have people that run there around that's going to side you for somebody. That's going to side you. You got to have everybody that's around you that's going to be able to have that belief. Oh, I want to be more. This is not about Yellow Breezy. This is not about Track for Freedom. Yes. You got to have everybody. I want to do more. Huh? Thank you. It's not working? The battery did. Oh, the battery on. Yeah. So focus on you. You can't be successful if you keep worried about this man and they doing. Your goal is to focus on you and determine. So those things are not the questions of the big guys. I appreciate y'all. I from you too, because everybody looking on my one kid was looking on my phone. I'm coming in here looking on my phone. When I was walking, I didn't say nothing to him, but I don't got no problem with him. Looking on my phone, everybody. I've been networking. I've been doing this for a amount of time, and they allow this stuff to go on, and it's really it's buffooning. It's buffooning, and they allow this stuff to go on. And I'm gonna tell them, state of Texas, you're trying to ruin me. You and your industry trying to. You can't ruin God. You can't ruin America. You can't ruin somebody that stands for God. You can't ruin it that believes in God. You can't ruin that American flag. You can't do those things. That what you cannot do. I'm speaking my mind because they making me feel like those in those matter of fact. The way they been performing, they making God and us feel like that. The way they behaving, and I'm gonna tell them the way they behaving themselves, they're making us feel like that. God said, I don't need they music. I don't need them at the moment. It's about truth and honesty. God said, you got me, you got my voice. You got my words, and you got my flag, and you got my nation. You don't need that at this moment. Those the things that you got. $22 Savage. Shout out to 22. Look at it. Oh, buddy Mike is something. Man, he been doing this thing for a long time. Shout out to Funny Mike, man. Funny Mike, he deserved everything that's coming to him, man. Funny Mike, God, man, you deserve everything that's coming to you. Man, I've been watching you since you did music. You deserve everything that's coming to you, man. Keep doing you, man. Like, you deserve everything that's coming to you, bro. Yeah. But if I he just man, he deserved everything that coming to him. Hold up. Hold up. I want him to hear me because man,